Good day, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your metal market wrap-up for April 26th, Wednesday, 2023. I feel so strange saying April 26th. We're already into the year, 4 months of it done. My gosh, I don't even feel like it's gone anywhere. It's in Chicago. We had no spring yet. We're apparently going to have one of these years where we go from a end of winter, mild spring, very mild, end of mild winter too, just into summer. That appears to be it. And I want to bring that up because keep your eye on the grains. I know they're falling, but you have flooding going on everywhere. These snowpacks are melting in a massive way. And as they're melting, Iowa, other parts of Wisconsin, corn areas, soybean areas, keep your eye on them. There could be problems here. This is not the best thing that you could have going on. Talking about the day's events that will affect the metals now, Speaker McCarthy did get his bill passed, his debt ceiling bill in the House, squeaked it by, but it doesn't matter. It was his first big test and he got it done. There's a lot of horse trading that has to be done. This now turns into a game of musical chairs. Oh, you're going to be left standing as we pull the chair out from you. No, you are Republican, Democrat, back and forth. You're holding me hostage. How could you do this to the country? Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Every time this bill comes up, they kick the can down the road, they resolve it, and they never do get anything long-lasting done. Shame on them all. I've said before, all the politicians should be fired. People don't listen to me about that. Get all new faces in there and you'll have a better Congress. Get rid of these old cronies. And by the way, now Biden is fighting attacks on his age again. Well, come on. Come on. You're going to be elected president if you make it. You're 82. Come on. There's a point there. As we go to First Republic Bank, that's another issue we're going to have to deal with. So be ready for that. Should the Fed keep the discount window open for them? I don't know that they're salvageable. I mean, there's certain assets they can get rid of, but what is everybody saving? If private money wants to come in, fine. I told you there's a reason people aren't buying it. When I get to the financial market update, I'll do more of this for you tonight, and I'll certainly do it in my Spider ETF. Let's go back to the metals. If you look at the gold market, you're still up 1/3%. Okay, not bad for midweek. We're in Thursday trade, hanging in here. Why? Because the market's concerned. Number one, people keep saying, well, the Fed's going to not do anything because of First Republic Bank. Nonsense. The Fed's going ahead with its quarter-point move. It is not bank contagion. It is a bank. This has not been spreading. We're seeing the other regional banks, or if anything, adding assets to it, all right? I'm not as concerned as most people are there. So that's the first thing. That creates a headwind for gold. So the gold market's sitting here. You still have the swing line with lower highs, lower lows, right? Well, do we? Maybe we should take a look at this together. And if we come here, one time I'll do it. This low is 1982.30. The low before it is 1980.90. It's not lower lows. We have lower highs and higher lows. That's the point that I'm trying to make for you. So you've got the market lifting the bottom and dropping the top. Where the two meet, it's called an apex. And when they get through at that apex, you generally move out one way or the other. That's the way to look at it, and that's the way that I would chart it. Where's the battleground? Do you see the red line? That's the 18-day average. For those of you that watch me on a regular basis, and there's plenty of you that do, what this comes down to, very frankly, is the markets like to find what I call the line in the sand. And it's an area that they'll fight against to try to determine from there the next trend. And that's what you're doing. You keep hitting that number with lower high, higher low, and you just keep going there to fight your battle. And this all began when the Bollinger Bands arced. They were arcing up, and then they went sideways, and all this developed. That is so typical. If you haven't taken my enhanced Bollinger Band course, do it. You learn these patterns, 1, 2, 3. It might help you with your trading. Now you're oversold. So I have an oversold market that is really not in a trend. It has downside bias. How do you resolve an oversold market? You either embed, where both these numbers get under 20, go sideways, and the trend locks in down, and or you correct the market coming up, and you'll get over these numbers, and you start trying to come up again, potentially challenging the highs. Hard to tell. The gold-silver ratio, where do you think this market stopped its battle? Tell me that this line in the sand didn't do the job. That's the 18-day average of closes. When you look at the silver market, it is in a downtrend, but it's already down to the point where it's oversold. Any reading under 30, I decide, and that's what I train and teach people on, it's oversold in my courses. And therefore, oversold money normally doesn't attract new selling. It can, but normally it doesn't. You try to filter things out in the trade, looking for what your optimal environment is. And even though it's optimal, I promise you, your most optimal environment is going to have losses. When it has losses, what you have to do is learn either to manage them, understand the type of trade you're making, so on and so forth. You have lower highs, you have lower lows. The momentum is still pointing down. Copper has been sick. I told you about the Chinese stock market, how it's been losing value, and people haven't bought into this idea that China's going to rescue the market. We at home are fighting the idea, what kind of recession do we have? I had one of my clients today write me, is it a rolling recession? I don't know. What we all hear is it's going to be very mild unless the bottom falls out of the labor market. I've seen no sign that that is the case. Therefore, I would expect at best a mild recession. And once again, what you're going to hear, and I promise you're going to hear it, people are going to say, well, it didn't come this earnings season, but it's going to be the next one. Since the Fed has been raising interest rates, we have been hearing that all the way through. And has the market really fallen out of bed? I'm talking the stock market. It has not. But metal markets are sensitive to what the world economies are doing. And they are coming down. That's not a buy. Platinum was the key leader with palladium to the upside. Once it lost the embedded reading, you went into no man's land. So you have an overbought market still in an uptrend. It either re-embeds or this tells you it's got to correct more, and you've opened the door up for the 18-day average of closes. Palladium already did it. You got up here. You never did embed like the platinum, but you did return to the 18-day average, and that's so often the case, trying to figure out what would happen. And another key event, this combination of a Bollinger Band and a major moving average, in this case it was the 100, often, and it is not the word always, often is the word, is a major, major resistance where people get most bullish and you go, you know, you haven't hit that number in a long time. That's a big number. It's a half a year of a moving average. It should offer some resistance, and as it turns out, it did. And in the dollar, you're down to where I think the pros took money off the table today. First time you hit the Bollinger Band, each time you've hit it, you've bounced very nicely away from it. So why fight with that? You know, I write about all this in a way, and I lead you to ideas twice a day as best as I can in my full research. Now, I know I put out my morning subscriber videos, but the full research does more than that. Number one, it's where I put out special alerts during the day. Number two, it's all about me pointing you to the ideas of the day and what might be impacting the markets. Like you're hearing me talk now, hey, the snowpack, it's melting. I realize grains are down a lot. How much corn acreage is going to be taken out with that? You got to start thinking these things ahead of time. And then I walk you through in the full package into my subscriber video as well. So you see charts unfold. Why am I saying what I am? Weekly, daily charts, stop orders on certain trades, momentum orders on other trades. I show you how it all works and give you ideas about it. It's both for the long-term and the short-term trader. So how do you get it? You get a free trial if you'd like to try it. Word's free there, 2 weeks of it free. All you need to do is go to our website, iraepstein.com, go to free offers, you'll see it. Move your cursor up here at free offers, and that'll do it for you as well. I'm Ira. You have a good day. I will talk to you all in my other videos tonight. Trade well.